Test, 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 test. All right, all right. Perfect, perfect. Hey guys, what's up? Good afternoon. January 31st, 2017. And today I'm going to be going over one of the most frequently asked questions that I've ever had as an instructor: levels. All right. I'm going to go over them, of course, the advanced. Uh, on the final course, you will learn about the daily and stuff. But right now, you're going to learn about the projecting and anticipating and levels. That's it. Okay. I don't want you to get further ahead of yourself right now. Okay. So here it is, levels. Now you can say, okay, now we have a specific lesson for levels only. Okay. You guys have been asking for it for so long. So here it is. Levels again, right, is the title. It's going to be on the Teachable channel, on the Teachable website. It's going to be called Levels Again / Projecting and Anticipating, okay? All right, let's get on with it. So levels, it's really not too much info, so I just did it like there's no PowerPoint is needed. So levels, all right? They're just used as a guide. You have to understand that, okay? Remember, I always tell you the pattern, the timing, and then you worry about the levels, okay? But some of you guys don't listen anyways, all right? So I'm going to have to tell you about the levels. So levels are used as a guide, all right? So if you were able to catch the peak formation low or peak formation high, wherever you at, and then, you see this, and you're like, okay, cool. So I know I'm at level 1. I'm expecting this no matter what, okay? Like that. That's how you start using the levels with you, I'd say like a companion. I don't know if that's the correct word, but like to help you out. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's what that's for. Okay, resets. A very, very, very common question. One of the first questions that I've said is, okay, Cash, how do we know if it's going to be a reset? We don't know that. That's the thing. We don't know what the dealer's numbers have to be. We don't know that, there's fundamentals that have to be met. What I mean by that is that there are numbers that the bigger people above the market makers tell them, hey, we need the euro at price 2.0 something like that. That's what I mean. Okay. We don't know that. All right. So because of that, we have to understand that the levels are just a guide to help us. Okay, now, okay, so if that's that, then how can we know if it did a reset? Okay, I'm gonna show you a picture of that, and we'll go over that in a bit. Okay. Anything else about resets that I know is that they can reverse at the next level strike zone. So what I mean by that is that if they rise, right? They do that little 1, 2, 3. Let's took a little picture of drawing since we met each other, right? If they do this and then a big fat M, and they do this and then rise past here, we know that this is the reset, okay? So now they can come back. If they don't have what they need, they can come back and extend this area just one more level of rise and then correct big, okay? So that's why you have to understand level 1 out of the reset is one of the most difficult to catch, okay? Because we don't know exactly where the dealer's trying to head to, okay? Now, I have noticed, though, it doesn't always happen, but just keep this in mind. A lot of the resets happen in the major moving averages, which is number 2 on my list. Resets occur often at the bigger moving averages. It's the 200 and the 800, all right? The 200 and the 800, the blueberry pie, purple pie, whatever you want to call it, okay? They have to happen a lot at these, okay? All right, and then also the levels can be used in the 15-minute charts in the hourly or the 4-hour chart. What I mean by that is the intraday, the little pushes, some of you guys call it pushes, or the intraday levels, however you want to call it. And then we have the hourly chart, which I'll show you in a bit. And then we have the 4-hourly chart. Same thing, same thing. But yeah, okay. Same thing. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So there's intraday, and then there's the larger time frame, which is the hourly and the 4-hourly. Do not get those confused. That's where a lot of people get this mistaken. You have to separate the intraday levels with the longer time frame levels, because okay, like I remember there was one time, they made an M and then they did the 3 pushes and then consolidated. So the person was like, okay, did these 3 levels, is going to reverse and is going to go up. Next thing you know, it did a stop on high and then it started dropping again. So, they came back to me and said, well, what happened? I thought, I thought it was 3 levels of rise, 3 levels, Okay, so first of all, remember this. If the market moved in 3 levels up, 3 levels down, it would never go anywhere. It would stay like this, right? Isn't that common sense? So that's why it doesn't look like that in the charts, as you can see, because they have to confuse us. What I mean by that is that they have to do resets. They have to do, instead of 2 days of rise, they do 50, like USD Japan, stuff like that. Okay? That's what I mean. All right? Get this out of the way, guys. That's what I mean. All right? And just remember, the trend is set by the market maker and can be reversed at any time, just like I said. All right? So because of this, you understand that this gives you an edge and allows you to trade both ways. All right. So another issue that I've seen is that you become so biased that you miss the setups. Just because you say, 3 levels or 2 levels, I know it's going to keep rising. But in your face, you see a big, fat multi-session M, and you didn't take it because you were so biased that this was going to go long. That's what I mean, and I don't want you to do that. That's why I say the levels is the last thing you need to worry about. All right? Okay, good stuff right there. All right, let's see anything else I have to go over before we look at some of the charts. Okay, yeah, just also keep in mind the other things. Levels are visible on all time compressions. And like I said, they're highly visible in the hourly chart, which I'll go over right now. All right. All right. Let's keep going, guys. All right. And then after that, we'll talk about projecting and anticipating. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. So here's a picture perfect. And you guys, I know you guys saw what happened after, but I had it drawn since here. I said 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here's the deal. So now this is where I go into the projecting and anticipating with the levels. You want to learn how to get I'd say a directional bias. Are you tired of already just, man, Cash, I understand M's and W's. I'm learning to trade the straightaways. I want to move on. I want to start kind of like catching more pips. I want to start projecting. I want to start anticipating the moves before they happen. So, I can place my order, go to sleep, whatever the reason is. This is how you'll start. This is how you do it. So let's check this out. Okay. So, you probably, if you're new, you probably won't know that I already was expecting 3 levels of drop, right? But okay, so GJ, this is December. So keep in mind, GJ has been rising for like 50 days, right? So yeah, I'm exaggerating, okay? But like 20 days, okay? So they had finally done a head and shoulders on the 15-minute chart, which is very, very crucial. They did an outside structure high. You should know what this is already. I went over this on the PowerPoints. Remember the reversal, so you should not be asking me questions about that, okay? All right, so outside structure high, they came in, they do not release. This is why I had this here, because I was thinking, okay, I know the dealer, I know if they do this, I got them. I got them, and this I could hold for at least 2 days or 2.5 days, right? So they didn't come back and release them. So they dropped, straight drop. Okay, cool. Level one, level one. Okay, I was expecting this. I was expecting to drop, but see, there was no visible stop hunt in here to get in here. Only in this one. But you know, I wanted them to come here and do something like this and then drop. They didn't give it to me. Okay, cool. Level two, they did a nice a little formation right there on the 15 minutes, possibly an M to the Mayo. Okay, beautiful right there. Level two, you could have got in right there, backed out, get out with plus 100 pips. Right, and you know the cycle, you know this is the peak formation. You're expecting a level three. They gave us the level three. What are we looking for, guys? Reversal, right? Now we're looking for reversal. They did the reversal, beautiful W right there. They came up, and look at this. Reset. No, doesn't mean that I knew that this was gonna be a reset. I was expecting stop hunt low rise or something like that because the whole overall picture was an uptrend on the hourly and the 4 hourly. Look at your blueberry. Okay. So here's a tip for me. When you see this kind of behavior and then you see this area come back like this, okay, like this, you have two options. Either you wait for this to play out, or, like I said, right, we're not in the 50-50 gambling business, but if you are so confident in yourself that you say, okay, man, look, they came in here, they did the reset. I know that they're not going to come here because they just trapped all these guys. They're not going to get them out of there, okay? You know, you place your sell, level one, okay, they came here and do this. You're like, okay, man, yeah, this is definitely looking like a reset. Definitely. They came, did a reset, level one. Yeah, we got them. So here's what I want you to do. Either you take the sell. Of course, the signals have to line up. There's a M right here at the water, so possibly a beautiful M on the Mayo on the 15-minute chart, right? So you can take the sell here, or you wait out for this to play out. You wait for this to play out. So you put a little thingy like this, say, okay, look, or just go to MT4 and put a little arrow showing, okay, look, I'm really unsure, but because, you know, I want to get this straight to the point. I want to master the projecting and anticipating. I'm going to just place a little arrow right there and you know, wake up next night, next morning, whatever, and go look at my terminal and see if it went my way. And if it goes your way, you know, you start building confidence and you start saying, hey, man, you know, I'm actually getting this. I'm understanding this, you know, and that's a good feeling, guys. It's a good feeling when you can start, you know, predicting the market. I mean, that's all what it is about, right? You have two options, buy or sell. That's it. Buy and sell, okay? So what I'm trying to say with that is you can be wrong or you can be right. But of course, right, we're all trying to be striving for being correct. So start by doing this, guys. If you say, okay, look, I got my level one. I know it's going to give me a stop on the high drop. Let me place an arrow here, wake up tomorrow and see what happens. If it goes your way, cool. If it doesn't go your way, this is what you do. First of all, you have to see, okay, it didn't go my way. Why? You look at the structure and you see what happened. If they would have came here and done this and this, I don't know, maybe an outside structure low and then do this, then you're, okay. So they just did an extended stop hunt to grab the breakout traders and they're going to shift. So this whole thing was a big fat W and I'm looking to go long again. That's all you have to do. Don't overcomplicate anything. Okay? That's all you have to do. Okay, now, so anyways, back to this. So check this out, okay? You project and anticipate, say, okay, look, I'm going to place my arrow here. Or if you're confident, you know, place it on your demo. I don't want you to take it live until you can fully master this projecting and anticipating with the levels, okay? So here, you know, I had my reset level one. I'm like, yeah, this is going to drop. This is me personally, you know, because of my experience with trading. I knew this was going to drop regardless. So that's why I have my little thingy right there, okay? So I'm like, okay, this is gonna drop because you know my reasoning was this right here. 1, 2, 3, reset. They you know trapped here, another outside structure high, right? Kind of like a trend like that. Got him. I knew this was coming. Okay, so start picturing how to do it your own way. Okay, I love the hourly chart to do the levels. I see them more clearly. Okay, Cash. How do we count the levels, or how do we know it's a new level? Another very common question I get. The way I do it is the break of the high or break of the low. Write that down if you want to. This is how I count levels. So what I mean by that is that, okay, so right, level 3, right? So each time that it breaks the low, well, in this case, it breaks the low and it consolidates. That's my level 1. Once it breaks the low again, look at this. You see how it breaks the low, and consolidates. Level 2. Comes here, breaks the low, level 3. All right? That's how I count my levels. There's other people out there that count them differently. Okay? We don't all count the levels the same. It's okay, Cash, but if they all count it differently and do it whatnot, then how do we know which one's right? How do we know that we're counting them correctly? Or how do we know that someone else is counting them wrong and such, etc.? Look, everyone, like I said, counts them differently. I think I said that like 5 times already, but everyone has their own style of counting the levels. Some may use the 15-minute chart. Some may use the 4-hour chart. It is up to you how you see the levels. But usually it is a consolidation phase where you supposed to count the levels. Okay? That's the perfect, picture perfect type of way to do it. All right? So I hope you understand that, all right? There's no right or wrong, but make sure you're doing them correctly. If you understand what I'm saying, don't come in here and say, "Oh, okay, 3, 1, 2, 3." Just that what I'm trying to say. Like, don't be like ridiculous either and say, "Oh, this is 3 levels here, 5, 6." No. Like you know what I mean, guys. All right. So yeah. So I knew that was coming. All right. Let's go to the next one. Okay, same thing. USD CAD. If you ever see this, Jose, this is the rate pair, the new rate pair besides the USD Mexican. All right. So same thing. Project and anticipate. I have my little arrow here. I'll show you how to do all this in a sec. Okay. So just watch me for a sec. Level 3, 1, 2. I was already projecting this. 2 going to 3. I'm expecting reversal. All right. Possibly here and then do a reset. All right. This is all you have to do to start learning to project. You knew this was coming. You knew, I see 3 hits to the low. Now, I mean, yeah, there is possibly a nice 30 pips in here as a reversal, but the bigger move, is coming down. All right. So you're more of a bias of shorts. Now, if it's a setup so good, like I said, don't become so biased either. All right. Take it like here, if you would have took it, you would have got a good 30, 40 pips. All right. That's what I mean. All right. Projecting and anticipating with the levels. Projecting and anticipating. All right. Man. Projecting and anticipating. All right. W, big fat. This is the V portion of the chart. Let me change the color. This is the V, of the pattern, the WVVM, right? So this is the V, but they did a beautiful multi-day WVV, and I was expecting this, and yes, they did drop as I was expecting. All right, so this is how you do them. Level 1, break of the high. Level 2, you're like, okay, look, I have my bias long. I'm looking for a stop on low rise. You could have gotten at this railroad tracks right here because this was coming. Okay, stuff like that. That's how you start getting your good entries. That's how you start catching more pips and stuff like that in the longer time frames. The longer time frames do the same freaking thing. The same thing, all right? Right, look at this, right? M, possibly this was a downtrend already, so there's possibly another M over there. M-A-A, what? W. It happens, guys. It happens. I'm not a crazy psycho that needs to get tied up in a straitjacket. All right. Projecting and anticipating. Projecting and anticipating. Don't overcomplicate yourself. All right. This was already, this was actually yesterday. All right. So level 3, same thing, guys. Same thing, right? Peak formation high, level 3, whatever you want to call it. Level 1 drop, level 2 drop. And then, yes, it dropped like another 100 pips from here. All right. And then it corrected. Okay. Same thing, guys. Same thing. Projecting and anticipating. This is how you start getting in more trades and such. All right. Oops, we went over that one. So, yeah, let's see. All right. I think this is the last one, guys. This is the last picture, and then we'll go over how to do all this. All right. So, peak formation high right there. Off, oops. Peak formation high right here. Level 1. They didn't give me the stop hunt. Cool. See how they don't give me the stop hunt? Cool. But I knew this was level 1, day 1. Level 2. I did not know this was happening, all right? I was expecting stop hunt high drop. They came and did a safety, a beautiful safety off the peak. We got them. Bam. This whole thing to me is level 2. And then you see this. All right, guys, this is like a textbook setup. This was level 3 behavior off. Oops, I don't know what happened there. Sorry, guys. All right, this was level 3 behavior off the bat. Like, come on. All right. Simple stuff, guys. That's all you have to do. Project and anticipate. You're looking for shorts. They gave you a beautiful safety. Short position. You were looking for that. Don't take it for granted. Bam, plus 80 or plus 100. This is GBP. All right. Yep. All right, guys. So hope you understand. Sorry about that. Man, I was having a little rough hands today. Hope you understand what I'm trying to teach you with this. And now let's look how to do it. All right. So you want to start off at the peak formation high or the peak formation low. First thing you have to do is identify it. Here, this is GJ. So we have it right here. Definitely level 3 accumulation. All right. Right. I'll probably have to look at the 15-minute chart for this one because the level is a little different here. Let's check it out together. Oops. Okay. So 3. Yeah, like I was, okay. So yeah, it is level 1. So level 1 drop. Level 1 drop. Okay. Like this is a whole session. So this is the next session. So definitely level 1 going to level 2, day 2, right? All right. So I'm looking for shorts. Anything, any reason for me to go short. All right. So you would do this. Or how about let's go to more a picture perfect one so you know how to do it correctly. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay. Go to insert, go to shapes, rectangle. Go right there. Man. All right, you can adjust the colors here. Go here. If your box is gonna be filled with colors, so go here, go to rectangle properties and click on unclick draw object as background, and then just select the color you want or whatever, and then that. Okay. Make it simpler. Click on control, hold control at the same time, and drag this, and bam, you got yourself another box. All right. You got yourself another box. All right, same thing. You want to have another box. Instead of going all the way to insert, you can just click control, click, Bam. Beautiful, right? So that's how you start dragging it, all right? And then text, same thing. You can put here peak formation low. Oops. You know what I'm trying to say. Peak formation low. Where's my text? Whoa, what happened to my text, guys? Oh, that's why. I couldn't see it. Okay. Well, peak formation low. Okay, because of the color. Make sure you have a color for yours. Mine's is white, so I need to change it to black so you can see it. Okay, there we go. So peak formation low. When you start labeling the levels, same thing. Hit Control, mouse, bam, and then you can just put here text. Just go to level 1. Level 1, and bam. Okay. That's all you have to do is simple, and then just keep it going. Level 2, level 3, whatever you have to label. All right. Now these little lines that I do personally, these little trend lines, like how do you just so you know, these are trend lines, and usually they start off as they're like a long, big red line, right? So if you want to make them like me, like the size you want, click on it. All right, you have to click on trend lines properties. You're gonna have to go to where was it? I believe Ray. Unclick Ray. Okay, unclick it and press OK, and you'll be able to move it. Okay, so go here. So right, you see this is the regular trend line that we that doesn't end. All right, so you go here, trend line property, unclick, bam, the size you want it. All right. Okay, so that's all you have to do, guys. And then if you want to insert an arrow or something, go arrow up to see if you're right. Just go here. Just put a stupid little arrow right there and say, hey, okay, look, cash is crazy, but let's try it out. All right. I would put an arrow and say, okay, so I'm looking for a buy as long tomorrow, so it should go. And yeah, if you got it right, you build your confidence, and you see also why it went up because of your analysis. All right. So this is how you use the levels and your projections to give you a clearer, longer term pip, of course, to catch more pips and to have your directional buys and stop being scared of the markets and such. All right. This is a very useful tool. I hope you use this. Okay. Let's see if any let me go through my notes real quick and see if there's any other questions that may arise. Yeah, I mean, 4 or 5 levels might be identified. I mean, we know that with UJ and gold, right? It's crazy. Can you, so keep in mind the V's. Well, I'll talk about them some other time, but actually you're gonna be already know about the V tops and A tops on the reversal candlesticks that I went over right the prior lesson. So you guys are good with that one. All right. So I think that's it, guys. I hope you have a deeper understanding of the levels, and this resets understands that there's bigger guys out there that move the markets. All right. I've showed you guys in the does it really work, I believe, webinar that there's the banks and everything that are over this, and there's bigger, powerful people behind them. And that's why there's inexplicable UJ going to 130 and stuff like that. All right. Because the dealer has to meet those goals for the bigger people. All right. We will have a lesson. Oh, mi lapicero. Hello, hello, hello. Whoa, wow, it's okay. Looks like we're back. Wow. All right, guys. So yeah, that's what I want you to do. If you have any other questions on levels, I think I've covered enough on levels. Uh, on the last lesson, we'll go over the longer time frame. Like I said, longer, like what to look for, seasonal highs, breaks of them, and stuff like that. All right. This is everything you need to know about the levels. I just gave you the major key to the city, and I hope you can use them. Thank you, guys. See you.